Hey there, everybody. This is Ed, and welcome back to another edition of Bagel and Booze. We've hit December. We're going to be doing some Christmas-type holiday beer reviews for the month, kind of like what we did last year. Granted, last year we did a beer calendar. We're not going to try to do that. As great as that was, it was also a little disappointing because there's not a lot of holiday-flavored beers that were in there, and I want to do some holiday stuff. 'Tis the season. And for that, we've got crap I found in the back of my fridge. Actually, more specifically, it's crap we found in the back of somebody else's fridge, because the beer that I'm going to review today actually comes from a buddy of mine who got it from his brother-in-law last Christmas. They turned it over to me, and it fits right in with the holiday season. As usual, we're going to give the old sniff test, taste test. We're going to find out if it's chug, see if anything's there with a year-old beer. But before we do that, make sure you click on that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the latest beer reviews and whatnot. What that whatnot is, I really don't know. So without any further ado, let's get the Beercam up and start the review. For today's review, we're going to the... And what we got from them is probably one of the most famous breweries that are down there. It is Spoetzl Brewery. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too much. My German's not the best. And what we got from them is their Shiner Holiday Cheer. You're most famous, they're known for Shiner Bock. That's pretty much what I think everybody knows. But what this is a Dunkelweizen. May say it's brewed with peaches and pecans. Should be an interesting flavor profile. Nutty and fruity. We'll see how it sets up. But with this, it is like I said, it's a Dunkelweizen. Clocks in at 5.4 ABV. And with the Dunkelweizen, it's similar to a Hefeweizen. It's a wheat beer, southern Germany. And specifically with these, they're going to be different than the Hefeweizens, which are going to be more light colored, straw to amber colored. Dunkel actually means dark in German, as best as I could find out, and because of that, these are usually going to be a darker coloring of amber or medium amber color. We're going to go ahead, get this poured out, get it set up, and we'll start off with the sniff test, taste test, and then ultimately the chug test to find out if it is chuggable or not.
I drink and I know things.
So we got everything all poured out, and as you can see, it is a dark colored beer. Not much of a head that's on there. There was some that kind of set up when we first poured it, but it quickly evaporated. Got to reach over here. Man, color scheme got messed up when we moved in. Had to move everything back because of the tall glass. Couldn't see it. We're using our, festive holiday glass of Stella Artois. Just screams holiday time. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing on this show, but in any event, so we're not here to drink Stella, we're here to drink Shiner. And let's go ahead and start off with the old sniff test. So right off of the bat, this thing, a big old whiff of peach. I'm not really getting any of the, maybe it's a little subtle in there of the nut flavor, but the peach definitely is very pronounced in the smell flavor profile of this. So it's going to be interesting if that overpowers on the taste. Not too fond of them because can be sickeningly sweet. But we'll see how this one shapes up. Maybe the nuttiness kind of counterbalances it. The wheat, we'll see what happens. So let's get the taste test. Enough talking. Start drinking. Yep. It's just as I kind of expected. Yeah, it's very sweet. We'll give it another taste, as we found with some of these other beers, as we kind of take some extra. That first hit is usually a little different than the second sip, third sip. We had the one where initial taste testing, I gave it like a 2, but we ended up with perfect taste test off of that. So see if anything changes on the second sip. But no, it's still got that real peachy taste to it. It is very sweet. Yeah, I can't really picture with the other flavor that's in there. We'll give this one more. I'm going to finish this thing up before we even get to the chug test, trying to identify tastes and smells in this thing. But, man, that peach flavor just popping through. Yeah, there is some other kind of balanced flavor that's in there. I'm going to assume it is the pecan. I just can't really pinpoint it. The peach is definitely dominant in this thing, so it's going to be quite interesting when it comes to the chug test to see if that just kind of blows everything up and we can't even finish because it is way too sweet, way too kind of sickenly. It kind of borders on that. Again, as I sit here and kind of continue to drink off of it, but we're just trying to see if there anything changes in connection with this before we give it our rating off of this. But I'm not really finding, much is changing off of this. It's still got it. The peach is just kind of overpowering. It's not enough to just flat out, hate this thing. It's got some redeeming. It is a darker beer. But the peach is just kind of over on there. 2.5. 2. We're going to give it a 2. I know I said 2.5, but we're giving it a 2 off of this because, the peach is just overpowering on this. Again, as I continue to drink it, you think it would be rated a lot higher, but it's not. And that's basically all I get off of this. I was expecting something, much different for a holiday beer. With holiday beers, we get some other type of spice profile that comes in. That weird flavor that we were getting during the taste test definitely is not a spice profile. Cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, what have you. I kind of expect that in my holiday beer, but peach, maybe that's the way they do it in the South. I don't know. To me, it's not screaming. This is not really screaming a holiday beer for me. So I'm 2 is where it is at for this. Not enough to just be flat out disgusting. Got a little bit of redeeming quality to it, but it just is not, not even middle of the road where we're hating it and not liking it. There's just the peach is just too powerful for it to push it any other way. So with that, as much as I kind of dread it, we're going to find out if it will chug. I got to restock on this one, refill it a little bit to get us back up because right now we're kind of, half. That's not really, it's more like a swig test than a chug test. So let me top this bad boy off and we'll be back for finding out if it will chug. Okay, we got everything all topped back up. We can see I got a almost full glass on here, so we're not skimping out on a swig test. We're actually going to do a nice good old chug test on this. Like I said, a little worried in connection with this. I think the peach is just going to be overpowering. May not even finish this. Only one way to find out, so it's time to chug. Bottoms up. No, it is not chuggable. We only got about maybe a third. We're at half a glass, but the glass wasn't full, so we got maybe a quarter or a third of the way down on it, and it just too much for me. The peach just became overpowering. That other flavor, that mysterious supposed pecan flavor, that other flavor intensified, and it just could not chug it. Not that this is probably meant to be a chuggable beer, but we just found out it will not chug. Give it another swig. Yeah, man, whatever's there, it is lingering. No, I guess all around, like I said, kind of was expecting it to be a little bit more holiday beer, be right in there with everything, but the peach just throws this thing completely out of whack. You know, again, to me, peach does not scream Christmas holiday. Maybe for some people it does. For me, it doesn't. I'm expecting more spice to come out of this, but it's just, this thing is just like an overpowering peach, sickeningly sweet kind of flavor fest. So, unfortunately, it is what it is, and that's why we rated it as a 2. It's not chuggable, so this one definitely will not be drinking again. And I could see why my buddy didn't drink it and pawned it off on me. I don't know if I'm assuming his brother-in-law didn't do that, but brought it as a gift. But in any event, I'm done. We're done. This definitely is not done, but I thank you again for tuning in for another edition of Bagel and Booze, and we'll be back with upcoming holiday Christmas type beers, flavors inspired by Christmas, and we'll give those the old review. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.